How are you, Shiv?
Yes, I'm doing great, man. What about you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine too. Thanks for asking. How has your day been going?
Yeah, my day was so far so good. How about your side? How was your day today?
My day was alright. I went to the school, I came back, cook, and now I'm taking rest. I thought I have a time, so I have a conversation with someone else, and that way I can continue my practice and I can share some ideas with other person. So yeah, I thought I just take advantage of that. What about you?
Well, yes, I've been talking to people. Like, this is my third conversation.
Mhm.
And so I thought, let me have one another conversation with you. So, what are you going to teach today?
Um,
Being a teacher, you have to teach me today something special. What are you going to teach today?
I was expecting from you. You're gonna teach me something new. What is happening in India at this moment? Would you like to share something? Anything new is happening?
Nothing new, ma'am. In fact, you can't believe I'm not aware of the things around me. I know only one thing about me that I'm just trying to focus on my learning English and nothing else. I don't know why I became like that, but yes, this is what I am. And I'm just trying to focus on my learning. Earlier, I was not that much serious, but it's been more than 1 month. I've been working hard in order to improve myself, in order to talk with different people to get their different ideas and exposure as well. So that's what I'm looking for. So that's what I've said you. Like, what are you going to teach me today?
I must say you have single pointed attention. That's why you're just focusing on your learning and you're helping other people as well. Because I have seen a couple of your videos, not in your channel, on other people channel as well. So you are doing absolutely fine. Great job. So that is very inspiring.
Thanks for your kind words, ma'am. I'm not sure whether I deserve it or not, but okay, fine. Once you have uttered, so let me take it as a compliment and thanks for your honor.
It's my pleasure. Okay, let me know something about what do I ask. I asked you so many questions in our previous session. So I would like to ask something new. What do you think? Because I've seen people like to translate Hindi into English. Usually when they learn. So what do you want to say about that? Is it good method or they stop using this method? Do you think this method is helping learners to learn English when they translate English into their mother tongue?
Well, this is another controversial and diplomatic question for me, as like in case of grammar. So
Mhm.
I would say I do have two perspectives for this particular question. Number one, when I'm saying yes, it is good to have a translation method in order to acquire this language. On the other side, I will say no, it's not good. Okay, so, and I do have reason for my both answer. Let me take case first. When I said that yes, we have to follow the translation method in order to acquire this language. But when I'm saying translation, it's only for those who are not beginner. In fact, very beginner. They don't even know a single sentence in English. They know only few English words. For example, is means hai, was means tha, that means waha, this means yaha. Only this much English. For them, translation method helps them out in order to gain the confidence that at least they can speak. They start speaking us in this way. This matlab यह होता है, इस मतलब यह होता है, then bed मतलब चारपाई होती तो this is a bed. यह एक चारपाई है. So they start learning in this process. So for them, it's totally fine because to these kind of very beginner people, you can't even suggest think in English technique because they are not aware of it and they can't even do it in their initial state. How they can think in English unless they don't even know a single word in English and they can't even form a single sentence in English. Not even very basic sentence like my name is this, I've been studying in this school, or I live there in this way. So For these kind of people, I must suggest that they are okay with translation. Now, take a second when I said no, translation is not good. This particular concept apply for those people who are beginner, but at least they can speak English. Though they are using some simple sentences, that's totally fine. But at least they have a basic understanding of this language, English. And those who are intermediate, for sure, for them, those thinking English technique is something that comes just a illumination in their life. What simply means these people have been following the method of translation, and English is not going to work in this way. ऊपर पंखा चलता है, fan is walking up. So if someone will speak in this way, because he's translating word to word, doesn't make any sense. So the fan is revolving, that's fine. But fan is walking, chalta hai, that's not a something which makes sense. So here we need to forget about the traditional and conventional method of translation. Rather, we should adopt and acquire the modified or upgraded method of thinking English. Why? Because when you translate the things, what would happen? Let me tell you. So suppose if you ask any question to me and you have asked the question in English, then I would translate your question in my native language, Hindi. Then I'll think about the answer of that question which you have asked me again in Hindi. Then I will change my Hindi answer to English. I'll change it, I'll translate it, and then I'll speak. And it's a very lengthy process. I'm damn sure you're going to start fumbling and stuck at some point. But on other hand, when I'm saying that think in English, for example, being a homemaker, whatever you are doing since morning to night at your home, no matter brushing up your teeth, you just woke up, then you make a tea, then you start, washing clothes or washing utensil, whatever. You just prepared food for your kids. So whatever you do in your home since morning till night, before performing that action, you have to think first about it in English. If you'll do in this way, what exactly you are doing, not consciously, but subconsciously, or sometime unconsciously, you are training to your mind. You are giving training to your mind, your brain, to think in English only. So this would be benefit for those people who are stucking and fumbling when they speak English, because the sentence, vocabs, grammar rules, every single thing will come out from your mouth automatically. So that's why I would say here thinking English is a very upgraded and advanced methodology that one should adopt and acquire in order to see some magical and remarkable improvement on spoken English.
Thank you so much for sharing your insight. I totally agree with you. You said rightly. For beginner, it is very good if they use translation method, because that way they can translate, because they don't have any knowledge about English, about the meaning of the English words. If they can look at the English words in their mother tongue, they can just translate into their mother tongue. That way they will be able to understand a little bit better. Otherwise, because this is a totally new language, if we want to explain some sentences, words in English, because they are blank totally, so they need some support to understand. So their mother tongue is their support, so they can use that support system, but not later on when they develop some knowledge, when they go a little bit further, when they reach to intermediate level. That way they need to just make sure that they use only English, not Hindi, because if they use their mother tongue and they continue using their mother tongue to learn English, that way they won't be able to get perfection. Yes, they will not able to reach the desired goal. That way they will find themselves okay, even though they are able to understand English, even though they know English very well, but they are not able to say, they are not able to express their ideas well in English. So if they want to really learn English, they need to make sure they need to start thinking in English, which you said rightly, and that is absolutely true. So if they start thinking in English, that way they can learn English better, they are able to speak English better. Because when we say something, first we think in our mind in our mother tongue. If we think in our mother tongue, automatically we will say in our mother tongue, and we get confused. Okay, when I'm translating, okay, this word is this word is that, this I'm going to say this sentence correctly, or if I make mistake, what will happen? So that way they feel confused, they have fear of speaking wrong English. They need to make sure they need to start thinking in English. I just want to tell this is the wrong method. If they have been using this, they need to stop that. And if someone is learning that way, they need to stop learning to that method, because once they get habitual to learn English that way, they won't be able to learn English well. And they will find themselves, okay, it's been 3 years, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, still we are not able to speak English well. And then they think, okay, this is a rocket science, I cannot do that. Better I focus on some other task. Yes. So I would also want to know about you, because you have been learning English for a long time, but I don't know for how long you have been learning English. So would you like to just tell me how long you have been learning English, and from which level you have started? Were you at your intermediate level or beginner or advanced level already?
Well, I've shared with you already that I'm from rural area, from village, and there was no environment where I can practice with someone in English. I did my schooling from Hindi medium school, so in that way you can say that I started from zero, from scratches, from ground. And the time I wasn't able to speak a single sentence in English, I was aware of very basic words like sorry, thank you, up, down, come here, go there. These the words. Otherwise, I wasn't aware of those that much vocabs in that period of time. But later, I started focusing on my English. I started learning this language. Yes, it happens when you are from any background where people are not that much good in English, and you yourself is not good in English. Definitely, you are going to be get criticized and insulted by many people. That for sure. But as I said before, that it depends on you that how do you take criticism? How do you take that insult? In my case, I'm not sure whether it could be blessing of God or my self motivation, whatever it was, but I took that criticism in a very positive way. That criticism was a constructive criticism for me. I would say thankful to those guys who have insulted me. In fact, specific that particular guy who insulted me very badly, and just because of that person, I started learning this language. Maybe he was a devil for me at that point of time. I was cursing to him, but I would say, yeah, thanks for that guy, because that's the only person who gave me a spark, who ignited me, who gave me a reason in order to learn this language. And that's why I'm speaking English in front of you. So it depends. Are you ready to come out from your comfortable zone or not? What is your comfortable zone? Your own native language, your mother tongue, the
Sorry
language
to,
that you are born with.
sorry, can I interrupt you? I just wanted to know for how long you have been learning English.
Well, I've been learning English for last 3.5 years.
3.5 years. And you said you started from the
Yeah.
scratch. Okay, that is
Yes.
good. That is really good. So I just wanted to know, because you speak English so well, you articulate your ideas well. So I was wondering how long he has been learning English, because it is really a difficult task if someone is learning English and someone started from zero level. As you just said, you have started from scratches, and now you are able to express your ideas very well. You have your own YouTube channel. Not even you have your own YouTube channel, you have been a trainer. Yes, so you have been teaching to other people through different platforms that you just mentioned before. So that is very commendable. So yeah, it is very inspiring. You mentioned your story, but I was still wondering, but how long he has been learning English for? So now you said 3.5 years. So that's a really good. Within 3.5 years, you achieved your goal, and now you are able to go to that person and tell that person, hey. Come here. I want to have a conversation with you. I can speak better than you. Yes. Yes. Okay. Do you have?
Not exactly. I haven't challenged anyone that I can speak better than you because I know my level where I do stand, and I never challenged anyone, honestly speaking.
I
Because
don't.
in order to challenge one, it requires high level of knowledge and proficiency that I don't have right now, and I don't feel even ashamed in order to accept this bit of fact about my spoken English. I need to work hard a lot. I need to reach on that level where I would able to challenge someone, but not right now. I'm just a tenderfoot.
So I would say you are saying this out of your humbleness, because you are so humble and you're thinking yourself you are in not in that position where you can challenge anyone. But I would like to challenge those people who like to challenge me, who say, "Oh, Emma, you can't do this." I especially like to prove that person, yes, I can do better than you. But usually I don't like to challenge anyone. I just feel like you, like, yes, okay, we need to still learn, and learning is a slow process. We have to be consistent, and we need to have patience. So do you have any question for me?
Just, I do have one question for you. My question for you is how one can overcome with the procrastination in order to learn this language. Because there are many co-learners, they have been procrastinating the learning attitude, and then they are expecting some magical and imperative improvement from their spoken English. So how one can get rid of their procrastination in terms of being fluent in this language?
Yes, this is a very relevant question, because these days I have seen lots of people, they put off the things. Okay, from tomorrow I will learn English, from tomorrow I will follow this routine, from tomorrow I will follow that method. But they never do that, because they don't follow the routine. If we want to start something from tomorrow, we have to plan from tonight. Okay, because tomorrow morning I have to get up early in the morning. So tonight I need to make sure that I sleep on the time. If I don't sleep on the time, next morning I won't be able to get up early. Okay, if I'm thinking, okay, from tomorrow I will definitely do that, so I need to make a plan. Okay, I need to make a timetable. Okay, this is my sleeping time, this is my office time, this is my this time, and these 2 hours are here or 1 hour here. If people want to start and they feel themselves, okay, they are not able to start, they put off the things because they find it really very hard, because they are not habitual to follow some kind of timetable. So they need to make sure, first of all, they need to plan. Okay, this is my timetable, and here I have a time. First, at first they need to just give 5 minutes, then they need to increase 10 minutes, then they need to increase more. Because if they want, okay, I have to learn English from tomorrow and I have to give really 60 minutes. Okay, and they are not able to do 60 minutes because they don't have habit. Yeah, they need to develop those habit. Okay, I have to really sit down. If they can sit down 5 minutes, and when they feel comfortable, okay, I'm able to sit 5 minutes for learning English, then they can move forward, they can increase their time. So they need to follow baby steps, and they need to also plan baby goals. Okay, so this is my goal. If they make a big goal, okay, my goal is I have to speak English very fluently within 10 days, I will be able to speak English well. So this is a really very myth goal. They need not to make this kind of goals, because this is an illusion. Okay, nobody can achieve a big goal within this short of time. So they need to make sure they have to work in reality. They need to know, okay, this is my quality, this is my qualification, I cannot go beyond that, because I'm habitual to watch reels and movies and hang out with my friends. I really don't have time. I find it very hard, because my schedules is very tight and I'm not able to pay more attention to my learning. So that way they need to make sure, they need to just take the baby steps, and they need to plan beforehand, not at the time. Okay, from today I have to learn English, okay, today I need to learn, and then they will find it very hard. Okay, as long as they have plan as long as they think, okay, I have to start from the beginning, 5 minutes, then I can extend. That way they can just follow their plan, and that way they can follow their learning, and that way they can make sure they enjoy the process. If you haven't sit for 1 hour to learn something, and at the beginning of your learning, you think, okay, I have to sit for 1 hour, it is impossible. You will find it monotonous. You feel, okay, this is so boring, I can't do like that. But if you think, okay, it's 5 minutes, it is okay, 5 minutes I can sit at least. So within a 5 minute, you need to choose the activities which you really like. If you like to watch movies, you need to make sure, okay, today I will watch movie because I'm habitual to watch movies. So you need to put the subtitles on in English. I'm not saying that person need to watch whole movie with subtitle. They need to make sure, okay, just 5 minutes they put the subtitles on, and then they watch it. Okay, because when they watch that, they can see the expressions of the actor, and they can get the ideas. Okay, this is the meaning of this word, if they don't really want to spend their time. And once they're liking it, once they slowly understand that process, that way they feel, okay, it is very rewarding, I'm able to understand at least little bit. If they like to listen to conversation, listen to podcasts in Hindi or in their mother tongue, they need to switch it to English just for 5 minutes. I don't want to tell them, okay, whole lecture you have to listen to the English, because you don't know that you will find it is very hard for me to understand. It is very overwhelming. So rather than spending 1 hour and big amount of time, you need to make sure you spend just 5 minutes, and then you can move slowly. I just said the baby step you have to take. And also, if you want to get a habit, new habit, you need to make sure that you use a 21 days plan. You committed to your goal for 21 days. Yeah, you have to push yourself. Okay, I have to sit this time just for 21 days. You keep your mind, tell your mind, just for 21 days. So when you do something for 21 days, it will become your habit. But if you follow that one for 90 days, it will become your daily routine. Then you will say, okay, 1 hour today I did not have any conversation with anyone else, something is missing. Okay, we will think like that way. So if you want to get or develop a habit, you need to make sure you make a plan, and you need to focus on your interests. You need to make sure you merge the learning with your interests. If you like to watch something, if you like to see something, if you want to write something, whatever you want to do, try to do that in English as well. And also you need to make sure that baby steps, as I told you already. And you need to push yourself a little bit. You need to make sure that okay, I need to just follow this plan for only 21 days. That's why some of the YouTubers say, okay, 30 days plan. Yeah, that way nobody get fluency. But that way YouTuber knows, okay, if I tell the learners follow this plan for 30 days, that way learner they feel enthusiastic. Okay, just for 30 days I can do that. So that way they can do it. So once they do it for 30 days, they will definitely learn something, because they are consistent at least for 30 days. And after that, after 30 days, they will find themselves, okay, now we are able to understand, now we starting enjoying this process. And also when they learn something, they feel it is very rewarding. Yes, and they need to continue learning. I'm talking a lot here. Yes.
No, that's totally fine. I think you are the victim of the question which I've asked you, and you have tackled that war situation in your life. You win over that particular scenario which I was talking about. So that's why you are feeling so comfortable in order to explain every single training steps that one should has to imply, or I would say execute in terms of overcoming with this procrastination. Because procrastination is nothing but, I would say, a very severe insect that going to kill you from inside, and you are not able to learn this language. We have been procrastination for long, maybe since we started our journey of learning this language, and that's why we are not getting the expected result we are expecting from our side. Moreover, three things we have to remember in our life for avoiding procrastination. Like, first one, we need to remember our powerful reason to learn this language. Secondly, we should not expect the perfectionism. Like, the day when I'll become perfect, then I'll do it. We should not wait for the right time. The time we have to make it right for ourselves. And last but not least, We have to follow a very systematic and disciplined learning life. If we are not disciplined towards our learning, so no matter how much qualified, educated, and experienced we are, we are nothing. So that's all. And the points you have mentioned regarding avoiding procrastinating, that's really remarkable and marvelous. Well, thank you, ma'am, for enlightening me with your past experience and the steps you have been suggesting and the tips and tricks you have given to me in order to avoid procrastination.
Okay, Shiv, I think it was a very fruitful conversation with you today. We have, I think, brainstormed some lots of ideas. So let's see for next time what we have to discuss. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So thanks for giving your time. So let's say call it a day for today, and we'll talk about some other topic and some other day.
Yeah, sure.